Hello everyone. Yesterday we have discussed Kirchhoff's rule, and if you will do more and more practice of numericals based on Kirchhoff rule, it would be clear. All the rules, all the sign conventions, and the way how to solve the equations would be clear if you will keep on solving the questions. First solve the questions of NCERT and then try to solve the questions of any other reference book also. Now next we are going to start with the Wheatstone's bridge. What is Wheatstone's bridge? This is combination of 4 resistors this combination which are forming a closed circuit. So let us consider this resistance is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S. So this combination of 4 resistors is called Wheatstone bridge. 2 opposite points of this are connected with a galvanometer, and other 2 opposite points are connected with a battery. So one very important condition we are going to find out for this circuit, that is a balanced condition for Wheatstone bridge. So this combination of the 4 resistors is called Wheatstone bridge. So condition for Wheatstone bridge to be balanced, that we are going to derive. When the Wheatstone bridge is said to be balanced, when there is no current flowing, means we are going to set the values of PQRS in such a way that current flowing through the galvanometer would become 0. Otherwise, if they are not set in that way, we are talking about, suppose a current is entering the circuit from here, it would get divided here, and here again this current would get divided into 2 parts. So some current may be flowing through the galvanometer. So what is balanced condition? When the current through this galvanometer becomes 0. So in that case this bridge would be said to be balanced. So now let us find out the condition for this bridge to be balanced. So when this bridge is balanced, when the current flowing through the galvanometer would become 0. Now let us consider, if I say the current flowing through the galvanometer, I am taking IG. Let us consider the current given by this battery is I. Here current flowing is I1 using junction rule. This would be I minus I1, and you see this current IG is flowing this in this direction through the galvanometer. So what would be the current which is flowing through here? That would be I1 minus IG. And now you see at this point, this current and this current, they are going to enter the junction. So the current which is leaving this junction would be the sum of the 2. So this would be I minus I1 plus IG. And here at this value, the current has to be I. So now let us check whether the current is I or not. So this plus this current, they would get added. I minus I1 plus IG plus I1 minus IG. So total current you can see here would become I. So all the division of the current in the different arms of this network are correct, because we are getting the same current I here which was given by the battery. So now we have written all the values of the current and the values of resistances. We have considered PQRS. So we are going to apply Kirchhoff rule here to derive the balanced condition. So I am going to consider 2 loops here. One is this loop and second is this loop. On these 2 loops I will apply Kirchhoff rule. For loop 1, let us name A, B, C, D. Now I am going to consider the loop A, C, B, A. So clockwise I am going to consider. So from here I will go clockwise and let us apply the Kirchhoff's loop rule here. here, applying Kirchhoff's loop rule. So we can start from point A. When we are going to start from the point A, let us consider this value of the resistance of the galvanometer is G itself. So let us start from the point A. We are going in this direction, so we are going in the direction of the current. So it would be Ig into G, and then we will go in this direction, so we are going against the direction of the current. So this would become minus I minus I1 into Q. Q is the value of the resistance. And then you will be going through this arm and you are going in the direction of the current. So here I am taking plus sign. So that would be I1 into P, and no EMF is there because in this particular loop there is no cell connected. So EMF would be 0. So let us consider this is equation number 1 for the loop number 1. Now for the second loop, let us write down the equation for the second loop. Loop A, B, C, A, B, C, A. Now let us write down the equation. From here, again I am going clockwise. So you are going in this direction. So what we can write? I1 minus Ig into R. And then we will be going from this side. So we are going opposite to the direction of the current. So minus sign I am using here. I minus I1 plus Ig into S. Then you are going in this direction. So again you are going opposite to the direction of the current. So minus sign I will be using Ig into G, and no cell is present here, so this is equal to 0. So these two equations we have written for the two loops here. Now, loop number 1, loop number 2, we have written two equations. Now we will simplify these two equations. Let us write down these two equations again. I am writing here. First equation is, okay, we can use the condition for which the bridge would be balanced. Bridge is balanced if current through the galvanometer is 0, means when Ig is equal to 0. So directly I am putting Ig 0 here. So this term would become 0. So what we are left with? We are left with only these two terms of equation 1. So we have I minus I1 Q with negative sign plus I1P is equal to 0. And second equation, here Ig is 0, here Ig is 0, and here Ig would be 0. So first equation would become, second equation would become I1 into R. Then minus I minus I1 into S, and this term would become 0. So we are having these two equations, so we can simplify. You can see here we can take one of the term that side. So what we are left with, so this equation would become, I am taking this term to this side, so I1 into P is equal to I minus I1 into Q. And similarly this term I am taking that side, so I1 into R is equal to I minus I1 into S. So we have these two equations, so we can simply, you can see the coefficients of these two equations are same, so we can divide these two equations. So let us divide and we will reach one result. We will get one result here, so let us divide. So this was equation number 1, this is equation number 2. So 1 divided by 2, what you will get? I1 would get cancelled. So P over R. I minus I1 would it would get cancelled. So we are left with Q over S. So P over R is equal to Q over S. So a little bit modification would become this result better. So I am just interchanging these two resistances. So what you will get? P over Q is equal to R over S. So this is the condition for the bridge to be balanced. Means the ratio of the resistances to the left hand side of the galvanometer must be equal to ratio of the resistances to the right hand side of the galvanometer. Means P over Q must be equal to R over S. If we are selecting the resistances in such a way that the ratio of these two sets and those two sets they are equal, then the current flowing through the galvanometer would be 0. And if no current is flowing through this galvanometer, means energy is not being utilized or it is not being dissipated by this arm. So this arm can be removed for the numerical purposes. So this is the condition for the balanced condition, and this is also called balanced condition. So this is the condition for the bridge to be balanced. Now we'll take one or two numericals from the same topic. So let us discuss some numericals also. Okay. In this numerical, you can see here this is combination of 4 resistors, and in place of galvanometer we are having another resistance of 10 ohm, and one battery is also connected here of 5 volt, and the question is calculate current drawn from the battery. So the value of the current which is given by the battery, we have to use the Ohm's law for that. Current is equal to V over R. So means how much total resistance of this network is having, that we need to find out. So first, whenever this type of arrangement of the resistors are given, first we have to check whether this bridge is balanced or not. So here you can see this is resistance P and this is Q, this is R and this is S. So first we need to check whether P over Q is equal to R over S or not. P over Q is what? This is 5 over 10, that is 1 by 2. And what about R over S? R over S is 10 by 20, that is 1 over 2. So we can see here the ratio of the resistances on left hand side and right hand side of the central arm that is same. So what we can write here, P over Q is equal to R over S. So bridge is balanced. So if the bridge is balanced, it means current flowing through this arm is 0. Means no current is flowing through the arm which is here, present here. So we can neglect, we can remove this arm because the current is not flowing through this arm. So we can neglect this arm. Now you see the circuit is very simplified. So we need to simply find out the equivalent resistance. You can see these two resistances, they are in series. These two resistances, they are in series. So simplified circuit will become like this. This is 5, this is 10. And here they are also in series. This is 10, this is 20. And here you have a battery of 5 volt. So we can simplify this. So what would be the simplification? So here this would be a series combination of resistances. We can simply add the resistances, and here you are again getting a very simple circuit. So here you will get 15 ohm and here you will get 30 ohm. Battery is here. So after this, what you will get? 15 and 30. So what is the R equivalent? So first we need to find out R equivalent. R equivalent is parallel combination of two resistances here. Parallel combination, we know that would be R1 into R2 over R1 plus R2. So this is 15 into 30 over 15 plus 30. So this would become 15 into 30 over 45, 10. So equivalent resistance is 10 ohm. So for this whole of the circuit, resistance is 10 ohm. So what we are left with, we are having a very simple circuit now. We are having single one resistance 10 ohm, which is connected with a battery of 5 volt, and we need to find out the value of the current. So how we can find out value of current? Current is potential divided by R equivalent. Potential is what? 5 over 10, means this is 0.5 ampere. So the current which is drawn from the battery, that current is 0.5 ampere. So this is the way how we can simplify a Wheatstone bridge when it is balanced. But if it is not balanced, then we cannot use this condition V over Q. If this condition is not satisfied, then we cannot remove the central resistance. So if the Wheatstone bridge is not balanced, we cannot remove this portion, this arm of the circuit, and in that case, in order to find out the equivalent resistance, we have to use Kirchhoff rule. But when the bridge is balanced, we can remove this arm and the circuit would become very simple, and you can simply, you have to take the series and parallel combination of the resistors and you can easily simplify the circuit. Now we will discuss some other forms of the Wheatstone bridge. So let me draw other forms of Wheatstone bridge. Okay students, these are the other forms of Wheatstone bridge. That is very simple, that is clear from the diagram itself, that is Wheatstone bridge. You have to simply extend these arms here, and what type of shape you will get? You will get the same shape. So B to C, there is one resistance. This point is B, this point is C, one resistance is there. So this is that resistance, and then from B to A, C to A, B to A, one resistance is there, C to A, one resistance is there. And similarly points D, this and this. One resistance is coming from point B, one is coming from point C. So this is point D. So you can see all the all the 5 resistances I have drawn, and across the ends A and D there is a battery. So this is a Wheatstone bridge. So that is also a Wheatstone bridge. So you can see, if I am taking, this is 2 ohm, this is 4 ohm, this is 5 ohm, this is 5 ohm, this is 10 ohm. So you can see here, just this over this must be equal to this over this, then this bridge is balanced. You can see 2 over 4, 1 by 2, 5 over 10, 1 by 2. So this can be removed. If this bridge is balanced, this 5 ohm can be removed and you can simplify the circuit to find out the value. So you can simplify and you can find out the result of this. Equivalent resistance you can calculate, and what are the values they are asked, you can calculate those values also. Now coming to this second circuit. You can see this is also a Wheatstone bridge. So how this is Wheatstone bridge? Let us draw. From point A, there are 2 arms to B and C. So you can draw point A here. One arm is going to B, and from point A, one arm is going to point C. So one arm with the resistance is going to be one arm with the resistance going to point C from A, C and then B. Then now you can see from B to C there is one resistance. B to C, this resistance we have drawn these resistances in the diagram. And then from point B, one more arm is going to point B, and point C, one arm is going to point D. So B and D, both of these points are connected to another point D with one resistance. So here you can see this is again a Wheatstone bridge. point A and D there is a battery. So here you can connect one battery. So this is again a Wheatstone bridge. Now let us take some values. Let us consider this is 5 ohm, this is 10 ohm, this is 20 ohm, this is 10 ohm, this is 10. And let us consider the value of the battery is 5 volt, for example. Now from point A to B it is 5 ohm, from point A to C it is 10 ohm, from point B to C this is 10 ohm, from point C to D this is 20 ohm, from point B to D it is 10 ohm, and this is 5 ohm. This is same numerical we have already discussed. So here you can again 5 over 10, 1 over 2, 10 over 20, 1 over 2. So this bridge is balanced. So you can remove this arm and you can simplify to find out the equivalent resistance, and whatever the other values of the currents are asked, you can simplify this. So similarly you can do. So these are two other forms of the Wheatstone bridge. So whenever the bridge is there, first you have to check whether the bridge is balanced or not. If the bridge is balanced, remove the central arm. And if the bridge is not balanced, then you cannot remove the central arm. In that case, you have to solve the network using Kirchhoff rule. So that's all for the Wheatstone bridge. Thank you.